put it simply, this video has been a long time coming. If you would have told me when I first made my promise that I'd be editing and filming scenes for it merely a year later, I don't know that I would have believed you. Which is why, before I get any further into this video, I need to take a moment to thank each and every one of you. Yes, you, the person watching this video, you. If you've subscribed and you've been helping to grow this community in such a monumentous way that you have been, I need to thank you, because without you, the growth of the channel would not be nearly where it is, and it's been far beyond where I expected it to be within the first year. You guys have crushed every goal, every milestone, every promise you guys have made sure I have kept every single time, and I am so grateful for you guys' support. You have no idea how much it means to me, and I am super glad to have the community that I do, and that I can get to continue to make content for all of you guys, and that you enjoy it as much as you do. Now, once again, allow me to make good on my promise and present to you the largest deep dive and, quite frankly, the most in-depth video the channel has ever seen to date. I'm going to go through every piece of equipment, gear, strap, everything that I use on and off the field. This video will answer the most asked questions I have ever received from you guys and gals in the comments, in Twitch chat, and even in person. What does Wolf use in his loadout, and why should you do the same? We are going to start from the base of my boots all the way up to the mount on my helmet and every little thing in between, because this is such an important topic, not only for you, but also for me. Why is this video so important, you may ask? Well, some of you are probably thinking, oh, well, Wolf is just tired of putting up with us, so he's gonna just make a video so we'll stop asking and annoying him, blah, 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 blah. And you're be goddamn right. No, in all seriousness, this video is important because it answers some important questions that people have within the sport of Airsoft, especially when it comes to gear and budgeting out their own kits. And on the plus side, you get my full unbiased opinions on the kit I use almost daily at this point, making videos for you guys and how it stacks up. Which brings me to a very crucial point of clarification. I am not sponsored in any way by any of the companies I will be discussing today, although some of them would be really cool, which isn't the point. My opinions are purely based on my experience and my first-hand accounts with these items, and that is all. Are there other options? Of course. Will some of you be mad at my choices by the end of this video? Probably. Will I care? Most certainly not. You wanna know why? Because they work for me, and you can do with this information as you like, but at least wait until the end and hear me out before going to the comments to on my decisions. Getting right into said decisions, we are going to jump straight into some boots. Sorry, not sorry for the pun. As any Airsoft player, current or former military or law enforcement member will know, your choice of boots can literally make or break how the next few hours of your life are about to go and how you will feel at the end of it. Needless to say, boots, experience. Good boots, you might just find those hot Asians in your area who are looking for some fun, that every ad on YouTube keeps telling me to meet. Seriously, where are these busty Asian babes, and where do I get one? Please help me. My personal taste in boots comes down to 3 factors: tread quality, weight, and of course comfort. That's why when going on a search for busty boots, I opted for the Light Assault 2s from Oakley. No joke, these bad boys are so comfortable and so lightweight, yet durable that the first time I wore them, I forgot and tried to find my boots for like 30 minutes while they were still on my feet. In fact, I love these guys so much, I bought a second pair in black for everyday use, and they are awesome. Not to mention, these things just look swanky as hell. I mean, look at those Tootsie protectors. The tread quality is also pretty solid. I've had my tan pair for the last 3 to 4-ish years, and the tread holds up great in outdoor and indoor use. They also aren't too pricey either for the quality and longevity you get, coming in around the $120 to $170 range, depending on how big your toe beans are, and of course, where you buy them from. They are an easy choice for me, and they'll probably be the boots I go for until they make the Light Assault 3s, or until I get put in the Forever box, whichever gets to my P.O. box first. We'll see. Moving right along to our next item in the list, I debated talking about socks, but honestly, socks are such a personal decision and everyone is different that really I'll leave the sock debate up to you guys in the comments. I personally think whatever works for you, so I'm just gonna skip that part for now. Plus, I don't want to get it put on r/feet fetish or anything like that. I don't need any of that. You guys don't need to know what socks I'm using, or just no. Just in general, no. Now, since I'm not going to give you weirdos the opportunity to look at my feet wearing socks, that of course brings us to combat pants. A very versatile and frankly highly needed piece of gear for any operator. I mean, unless you're trying to play PUBG in real life and run around in your tighty whities, I guess. But that's not for me to judge. Do what you want, I guess. Just don't ask for me to testify in court when you get caught, okay? I'm not gonna do that for you. First and foremost, let's talk brands. Now, I know what you all must be thinking. Oh, I bet Wolf dropped so much money on his pants and his shirt. They match well with the rest of his kit and they look so good. They must be 5'11 or Cry Precision or... Wrong! You see, I'm a simple man, and more importantly, a man who understands value and how to take care of his These pants are not from 5'11, they are not from Cry, they are in fact from the glorious company known as Ido Gear. And I paid less than $100 for the full uniform, and this rocks. Now, I can hear the rage in the comments already. Oh wow, Wolf is a brokey buying cheap Amazon brand garbage. Get good gear, you poser. Now, you may be right about me being broke, which you can change by checking out wolfdenapparel.store and getting the comfiest of merch. But I would not tout this gear if I didn't legitimately think it was worth it. Allow me to elaborate. I have owned 2 sets of multicams from Ido Gear. The first set cost me about $70 USD in 2020, and I ran those all the way until the beginning of 2023 when I ordered a new set because the old ones didn't fit anymore, costing me $85 this time because, you know, gains. Totaling up to $155 USD for 2 complete sets of multicam, which never once ripped, tore, split, or got up whatsoever, which is an impressive feat for as hard and as often as I play in these motherfuckers. And what do you get for 85 bucks, you might ask? Well, sit down, little Timmy, let me learn you something. For that price, the gear must be pretty bare bones, right? Wrong again, sit down and listen this time. The pants are probably some of the most comfortable tactical pants I own, including some 5'11 khakis I own, because if you have to wear khaki pants, God forbid, at least you can look cool doing so. I mean, come on. Who doesn't like the tactical youth pastor? So yeah, my 5'11s don't come close to these bad boys in comfort, especially in the heat or the cold. I don't know what black magic Ido is using, but no matter the temperature outside, if I've got these things, I'm vibing. Not only are these fellas climate controlled, they also have a metric load of pockets, and not just any pockets, pockets that primarily have zippers. Now, if you don't understand why that's rad as you've never had to be sneaky using Velcro or tried to open these bastards with gloves on. Seriously, I wish more tactical pants and had zippers over buttons or Velcro. It's so much easier. But wait, there's more. 2 of the 12 available pockets, yes, you heard me right, there's 12 of these things on here, can hold 2 308 style magazines apiece, which I actually utilize in my most recent M14 videos I filmed, where I did not have any 308 style mag pouches yet at my disposal. These particular pouches came in great handy, and I can tell you the mags fit snugly and did not move an inch despite all the running, crouching, and nearly getting my hand blown off I did. The pants also have a nice elastic waistband to help them fit snugly to you, which is an added bonus. In a similar fashion to Cry's, they also have a built-in knee pad that is stored in a pocket at the knee, and are very comfortable to utilize in a crouch position. Being stored in a separate pocket also makes it easy and a lot simpler for cleaning and whatnot at the end of a long day of use. So that's a bonus as well. Alright, that's enough about those swanky ass pants, so let's go ahead and move right along, and now we're gonna get right into my gun belt, which is sure to cause even more controversy in the comments. But first, let's have a look at the combat top I use. Also coming from Ido Gear, the combat top is very much what anyone who has worn one would expect. Moisture wicking center, a Velcro pouch on each sleeve, and some patch space for correctly identifying friend or foe, and ideally not giving your buddy a purple heart. There's really not too much going on there, but that's really all a combat top needs to be, and nothing of what it doesn't. Now, with the boring stuff out of the way, let's jump right into the fun stuff: the gun belt, the plate carrier, and the helmet. The trifecta of gooning, if you will. To start, we will be going to my gun belt first, as I said. It is made by a company called Ayan Tactical. No, I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it. I don't know. But anyway, it is a 1 3/4 inch riggers belt using an inner and outer belt combo, which leaves a very slim profile so I can maneuver and change from standing to crouch and or prone very easily. And Wolf continues down the road of garbage off-brand gear. And shouldn't you be using a battle belt anyway? Gun belts are for competition shooting, idiot. Firstly, we've been over this. I don't care what logo is on my gear. What matters is that it works and that it's useful. I can tell you this belt does both exceedingly well. Secondly, Only someone who has never used a battle belt for an extended period of time would ever choose a battle belt over a gun belt, or in my case, a rigger's belt. Been there, hurt my back enough, not going back ever. Continuing on, this belt is super durable yet light enough not to leave my lower back feeling like a stripper after double song night at the gentleman's club the next morning. I promise you, if you haven't made the switch to a gun belt yet, you are missing out. On this particular belt, I have a triple pistol. That's a tongue twister and a half. Oh my god. A triple pistol mag pouch from HSGI and a dump pouch from Condor, both of which are on my left hip. And on my right hip, I have a G-Code Kydex holster fitting my FNX 45 TAC, which is connected to a duty belt underneath my inner belt. That belt coming from Stealth Angel, and serves as a daily belt when I'm not airsofting and a holster belt when I am. Quite frankly, I don't need to use the Stealth Angel as a tertiary belt, but it's honestly quite convenient that should I want to drop the other two belts and run just the one that my pistol sits on, I can very easily do that. And really, that wraps up the belt situation. It's nothing crazy and it's not super complex, it's exactly what I need for my specific use, and it's beautifully simple and easy to set up and run in the field. With the belt system covered, let's move up to the plate carrier. This particular item I knew without a doubt is going to cause the most strife out of everything I've talked about when I started to plan out this video, but I am, as always, ready to take the heat and tell you all why I run this system and how I have it set up, so let's dive right into these shark-infested waters. The core of the system is a CPC-style plate carrier made by a company called Glorifier. And I will be completely honest with you, I was completely surprised by its quality when I first got it 2 years ago. Not only did I get a very nice, durable, and comfortable carrier, I also got essentially a full setup with mag and grenade space, and a body armor ready carrier. Of course, I do not run real plates in my airsoft kit, as I really don't see the point personally. If you are someone who likes to immerse yourself that way, I won't judge, it's just not something I see value in. Of course, if I need to run plates in it, for whatever reason, I could. But I don't in airsoft. That's just not something for me. Not judging, just not for me. The carrier itself features plenty of molly webbing space for any accessories you could ever need, as well as having a quick detach system on the top and the sides of the front panel for easy removal after a long day of kicking ass and taking names. Not only does it have that, but this Chad of a carrier also has a breathable mesh layer on the inside to keep your body nice and cool on those hot summer days, while still remaining comfortable and not preventing you from moving around effectively. The shoulder pads also have the same mesh layer, which helps to soften the load a bit as well, which is a nice addition. On the front of the carrier, I have a triple mag pouch from Condor, which is actually a double triple, so it has 6 slots, 2 rows of 3. And another one on top of that from Ido Gear. Again, for all you doubters, Ido comes in clutch with some super clean mag pouches up front. I'll most likely replace the Condor ones in the back with another set of the Idos if I'm completely honest. They are just that good. They are fitted with elastic bands around the mag for secure retention yet easy rip and reload, unlike those little elastic string bands or whatever you want to call them that the Condors have. They make retention reloads and quicker reloads so much easier. I swear, guys, I'm not sponsored by Ido, but they make a lot of really good stuff. Seriously, go check them out. Not sponsored, but Ido, if you're watching, listen. I really like your stuff, it's good. Just hit me up. Anyway, moving to the sides, I have a single mag pouch as well as 2 hidden elastic pouches that came with this plate carrier behind those on each side. On my right side, one of these elastic pouches is used to house my comms system, the line from which runs up my back panel over my shoulder and down to a PTT or push-to-talk device on the front panel for ease of use and muscle memory. On my left side, I do keep a small emergency pouch. Typically, I'll keep some bandages, rags, and some other emergency first aid items. I don't keep a full IFAK necessarily, but just important stuff typically for longer events. Thankfully, I've never had to dip into them, but I think it's important for any player to have a pouch like this if you are doing longer events like Milsims or even just the 8-hour events that we have at my local field every month. It also doubles as a snack pack for those of us who like to munch on the field. I know it's not a great idea. Don't take your face wear off. I don't recommend it. But sometimes you're just sitting around not doing nothing, just waiting, hurry up and wait. So, put some snacks in there, it's not gonna hurt nothing. Which is, an added bonus. The last thing to cover is the flat pack on the back panel of my carrier. The pack itself is a molly-rigged pack made by Condor that has 3 separate areas of interest. Well, technically 4, but we'll get to that. The main zipper is the section where I put my air tank for my HPA systems, and can be used for anything else when I'm not running the spicy airboys. Then there's the smaller zipped spot that I use for spare ammo, bandages, or buddy aid for milsim events. And I'll throw a pair of scissors in there as well for any potential need I may have for them while I'm out on the field. I don't normally have to use them, but I've had to cut tape and stuff and different objectives like that with scissors before, so it's a good thing to have for those longer ops. The last obvious area is, of course, the molly at the top of the pack, where I have a set of 3 mag pouches along with 3 grenade pouches. This particular item actually came with the plate carrier as well, which makes this vest from Glorifire even better, because as I said, this vest comes with 9 mag pouches in total and 3 additional grenade pouches out of the gate, which is awesome for beginners or just to experiment with. In my case though, these pouches are not for me specifically, as I can't really reach them with them being directly on my back, but they are for buddy mags and grenades, because I think it's always a big gamer move to have space for your buddies, especially if you can handle the added weight. Now there is one other spot on this particular pack that isn't as obvious to the naked eye as the others, and that is the hydration storage, because this pack does come in with built-in hydro. The storage for which is directly behind the main zipper compartment, secured with Velcro such that you can feed your hydro line up and out and seal the opening around the line, which is actually very smart if I dare to say such things. I don't use this all the time, obviously, but I do use it for longer events as hydration is key, and if you heat cat from a lack of water, then you can't enjoy the day out at the range or on the field. Always hydrate, you little bastards. I feel like there was something else we needed to talk about. It had something to do with plate carriers, and oh, would you look at that? Check this out. This is the new kitted design featuring a nice streamlined plate carrier decal. This fella just dropped over at Wolfden Apparel and will only be available for a limited time, so be sure to go grab one of these bad boys. Link is in the description below, or just head over to wolfdenapparel.store to have a look for yourself. We actually just opened up international shipping as well, so all of my fans outside the US can get some super comfy merch as we speak. Now, back to the video. Before we go to the helmet setup, I will quickly cover my gloves and sling. My sling is a 2-point elastic sling that hooks into a 1-point, and I have that hooked directly into my plate carrier to lessen the direct pressure on my shoulders and disperse the weight a little better for myself. And of course, for anyone who has ever played the OG Modern Warfare series, Ghost Recon games, Battlefield, literally I can't think of a shooter where these gloves don't show up somewhere in some configuration, but they are the one and only, the legendary, the fantastic Oakley Pilots. These are not my original pair, as some of you will know if you've watched one of my previous M14 videos, as my original pair got torn to hell after the grenade incident. I won't explain any further, just go watch that video after this one, of course, and make fun of me in that comment section and not this one. I mean, do it if you want, I'm not going to stop you, but it would be polite if you did it in the correct video. You can make fun of me, whatever, I don't care. That pair, though, did last me over 4 years of use and only needed to be replaced after they saved me from becoming spontaneously left-handed. Obviously, though, gloves are more of a personal preference for people, and it can be a bit of a touchy subject. I'm not sorry. Needless to say, just like the boots, I'll be rocking the Pilots basically until I stop doing tactical stuff, or until I get stuffed into a pine box for my offhanded jokes. And with that, we come to the last, and most likely the most important piece of kit I have at my disposal. My helmet and facewear. My helmet is just an FMA maritime bump helmet fitted with some nice Rothco internal pads to set just right on my head and make it a little more comfortable to wear. The cover is made by One Tigress and is just a very basic multicam cover to conceal the shiny top of the helmet, because, you know, big shiny bulb thing hiding in a bush is kind of a dead giveaway. On top of the cover, at the rear, I have an Emerson Gear Mark I battery pouch, and on the sides I have Earmore M32Hs attached to the variable arc rails, because I like my hearing, and I already have a little bit of ringing in my ears anyway, so I'm not trying to make that any worse. The wire for said Earmores is packed away neatly in the battery pouch at the rear when I'm not running comms, but obviously said wire is run down my kit to my PTT when it is needed. On the front of the helmet, we actually have an installed OpsCore NVG mount, which does not come with this helmet standard. That was just something I had when I got this helmet. Don't ask how it got there, I don't know, but it's pretty neat. And my GoPro Hero Session 4 goes right on that bad boy. The GoPro being my main POV camera anytime I film out on the field. Interlaced into my helmet system is my ESS NVG profile goggles with the tinted lenses, of course. Gotta keep them lady killer eyes concealed, you know what I mean? And how can we forget the most iconic part of the entire kit, the part that, if you noticed, I saved for last. My lower face wear. And this is probably the most asked question I have out of all of them regarding my kit specifically. And that is, where is the mask from? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this mask is one of the original limited run masks from Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Yes, a real ghost mask, not a homemade one. This is the real deal, and it's the same mask that one John Kozak and his squad of ghosts wear through the entire game, and one that has become synonymous with one of my favorite video game series of all time ever since Future Soldier dropped. Not counting Breakpoint. We're not talking about Breakpoint. Don't talk to me about that. We're just ignoring him. He's like the weird cousin. We don't talk about him. But of course, what is under the mask, you may be wondering? Well, under this very mask is another balaclava. Yes, you heard me right. I wear 2 lower face masks on the field at all times simply because I like my teeth. But what's under the second mask, I hear you ask? Oh, well, allow me to reveal another balaclava. Jesus, how many times are you guys gonna fall for this? And yes, I wear 3 balaclavas on the field. Like I said, I like my teeth. But I also don't want to wear a hard face mask that hinders my ability to shoulder the rifles that I use. So, I wear 3 lower face masks, which I bet none of you even knew because the fit just looks that good. But under my third mask is not another mask, but in fact it's my... And that will bring today's deep dive into my kit to a close. Thank you all for watching, and before you go and rage in the comments, allow me to leave you all with a small piece of advice, whether you are a fresh noob to Airsoft or a veteran looking to up their game. My advice is this: take the time to learn your own gear, familiarize with it, understand how it works, and if something doesn't, alter it. I see people all the time just going for the Gucci brand gear because it makes them seem cool, or because that's what some big shot YouTuber told them to use. Honestly, this is no disrespect on anyone's opinions, but build the kit that works for you. Start with the barest of bones possible and figure out what you actually need and can use for your style of play or shooting. Because at the end of the day, if you don't use it, you don't need it. And that tip will save you guys a lot of time and a lot of wasted money. Don't buy a bunch of gear just because it looks or seems cool. Do it because you actually have some use in mind for it. With that said, I'll go ahead and get off my soapbox now, and thank you all for hanging in to the end of today's video. I know it was a bit of a slog and a lengthy video with a lot of info, but I really appreciate that you guys are sticking around to the end to watch this, and it has truly been a long time coming, and it's all thanks to each and every one of you guys getting us to that 1,000 subscriber mark. Actually, as of this recording, I believe we're at 1,100 or 1.1 thousand, however you want to say it. 1,100, just a little easier. Which, if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do so. We've got some pretty cool videos coming down the pipeline here very soon. Perhaps even another fabled deep dive into my gun locker. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to let me know down in the comments what you think of my kit, hate or otherwise. And be sure to drop your own kit down there as well. I'd love to see what you guys run for your outings. And don't forget to go and get yourself kitted all up with the new kitted design at Wolfden Apparel store. I'll be streaming this evening at Twitch. And as always, this has been Wolf, and I hope to see you guys next time I hit the field.